Hello, Courtney here from Exceptional Learning. I'm here with a quick phonics lesson for you guys. I recently learned this instructional strategy. I've been trying to figure out for the longest time how to teach my students this specific skill, and I couldn't figure it out, but after some reading, after some research, I have figured out a way. I haven't tested it yet, but I will. But I'm going to share it with you guys. So have you ever had your students spell words like trick or tree or try like this? Phonetically, they're correct. I mean, it makes sense why they would spell these words with the CHR in the front, because tr. I mean, it makes sense, right? Any student who is sounding out words to spell would spell these words this way. So my challenge has been, how do I teach my students that these words are actually spelled with TR, not CHR? How do I explain that difference? Is that one of those things in English where I just have to be like, yeah, I know that's just one of those crazy things about English? It is one of those crazy things about English, it is, but there's a way to teach it, and I'm going to show y'all. So first, I would recommend having a conversation of some sort, just comparing the sounds of some words, having them think about what their mouth is doing when they say certain words. Words like trick, or top, or tree, or talk, or try, or take. What's the difference? What is your mouth doing in these words? What's the difference? Do all these words start with T? And then bam, break the news to them. They all start with T. If you don't think they all start with T, what do some of them start with? Why do you think they start with that? And then you can validate their confusion. Like, you know, you might wonder, how does trick or try start with T? Isn't it clear that it's CHR, tr? Isn't it obvious based on the spelling rules and patterns that we have learned? Doesn't it sound like tr? Then I would recommend showing them some words that actually start with CHR. Words that they're already familiar with, such as Christmas, or chrysalis, or chrome. Most kids know what Christmas is. Chrysalis, any kid that has learned about the life cycle of a butterfly is familiar with the word chrysalis. Any students who use Chromebooks or Google Chrome is familiar with the word chrome. So showing them these words and then pointing out, what is the first three letters of these words? CHR. Oh, but what do these words sound like? Christmas, chrysalis, chrome. So what does CHR actually sound like in words when we're reading or spelling words? What does CHR actually sound like? According to these words, it actually sounds like cr. Then I would recommend reinforcing the CHR sound, sounding like cr, by teaching them some new words or exposing them to some new words, such as chronic, or chronological, or the name Christian. These are some more examples of words that start with CHR but sound like cr. So then how do we spell the words like trick or tree or try that sound like tr if it's not CHR? What is it? This is when I would break out my handy dandy deck of blends with pictures on it as a guide, and I would help them find the blend and picture that matches tr. Hopefully, because we have practiced this a lot, hopefully they will identify TR. Oh yeah, tree, TREE. How can we apply this to the other words that we've talked about? Well, if we know that tr is actually TR, then they can apply that to the words that we've been practicing, like ick, or chur-e, or chur-ry. By now they know tr, or they are reminded that tr is TR. And then we can apply that to the other words that we've been practicing. Trick, tree, try, trust, truck, truth, treats, and so on. I also want to add that I made this deck of blends, and I have some more somewhere, and I'm constantly adding to this deck. When we learn new blends or digraphs or vowel teams, I'm constantly adding to this. So what I would do is I would add another card with CHR on there and a picture of a Christmas tree or a chrysalis, so that when we're practicing our blends and our digraphs and going through this deck like we do every day, that would be in there, and it will reinforce in their mind what CHR actually sounds like. And then when it comes to spelling words, hopefully it'll be in their mind that CHR doesn't sound like tr, it sounds like cr, and then they'll think, which one actually sounds like tr? Oh yeah, TR. That's it. This isn't a one-day lesson. This is something that will need to be reinforced a couple of times. But yeah, I've been for the longest time trying to figure out how to teach them this skill and teach them that tr is actually TR and not CHR. And when I read about comparing them with words that actually start with CHR, I was like, oh my God, that's a really good idea. So yeah, I wanted to share it with you guys. I hope you find this useful, and yeah, stay tuned for more videos from Exceptional Learning by Courtney.